Welcome, Cardinal fans. We're here live from Morrilton, Arkansas. We are streaming the Regional 4A Girls Tournament. We got a great matchup tonight. We got your Lady Cardinals playing in a little bit of a rubber match. We got the Harrison Lady Goblins. There's some familiar opponents. Ori Phillips is here with me. Brody Hill couldn't make it. Ori's going to give a little spiel. Ori, take it away.
Yes, so round 3. And they got it split so far 1-1. Now, we won last week, but this is the third time in 3 weeks we'll play each other. Again, the first time we played, it didn't go so well. 55-46, they beat us at our place. But then the next week we turned around, had a nice come-from-behind win, beat them at theirs, 57-53. And tonight, again, I'm going to go right into the first key here. You want to get ahead early because, again, I said that, I think I ironically said that the last game we played against Harrison. And I said the team that gets ahead early will win. That obviously didn't happen, but it's going to happen tonight. If Harrison gets out ahead, they're clamping down. They're not going to give us free shots, give us freebies. Another thing, last night, heading into the 4th, Harrison was tied with Pottsville, 41-41, but they ended up winning by 18 by going on a 25-7 run. 12 of those points were for free throws. So, again, you do not want to send these guys or girls to the line.
Yeah, I agree. That is going to be one key. We were talking about that earlier. They're a team that when you send them through the line, they make you regret it. They make a high percentage of their shots from the charity. You definitely don't want to make a habit out of that. So it's gonna affect their defense a little bit. You want to play aggressive, and obviously you want to be tough in the paint and don't let any easy shots. But I wouldn't make a habit out of sending them to the paint.
It is going to be a game of free throws because, again, Farmington's a really good free throw shooting team as well.
Yeah, now, I was going to say, it'll be a good game. We played each other, like you said. This is the third match. We've split them. If you remember, we played them on senior night, lost an unfortunate one. But we met them in Harrison's district tournament, and we got the W there. So it'll be interesting to see. This is the semifinals, so the winner is going to go on to the finals, and they're going to play the winner of Clarksville and Berryville, and the loser is going to go and play the loser of that game for third place. We talked about this earlier. Seeding's a big deal in the Magnolia tournament.
It is, yes. For Magnolia, you go down there. There's some good teams in the other brackets. Batesville's really looking really good this year. You got some other ones, Nashville, the Queen, Star City. Highland.
Yeah.
There are some good teams out there. We were talking about earlier. We may end up drawing Highland. We may draw Batesville. We got to be ready for them. And again, there are some teams, though, out there, I think this is the toughest bracket. So there's some teams in there, 15, 16-win teams. Yeah. And you want to draw those matchups early, especially if you want to make it more than just a 1 or 2 night stay in Magnolia.
Right. Yeah, we discussed this earlier before we left with the great Brian Dean. We were talking about the different divisions. There's the North, the East, and the South, talking about the different teams. And we kind of came to a mutual agreement that this side of the bracket is definitely going to prepare us.
It's the toughest stuff.
Yeah, it's going to prepare us for Magnolia because we've got to compete with Harrison, Berryville, Clarksville sitting on that other side. So we got a lot of competition over here, and we can go really 2 or 3. Maybe an argument could be made for 4-team, like the deep tournament. Whereas on the other side, you got some good 1 and 2s, but I would say the 3 and 4 seeds are as tough.
Now, for the last point, I'll be brief here, but I want to make the case here. You look at seeding for Magnolia, you look at, we might play Berryville tomorrow if we win, or we'll play Clarksville or whoever. But you need to stay in the moment. I think Coach Adams used to say this a lot. Forget about what happened last game. Forget about what happened 2 weeks ago. You just be ready today. You need to come here today. And I know Harrison's definitely not going to forget what happened last week. We just got to come prepared.
I believe they're about to do the national anthem, so we'll take a quick break. All right, so they switched it up on us. We're not doing the national anthem right now. They're doing the starting lineup. So looks like we're going to start out with Harrison. Might actually, it's kind of loud in here. You might be able to hear them. Number 3, Kinsey Parker, the junior. Number 4, Riley Parker, senior. Number 10, Sydney Schrum, sophomore. Number 12, Maren Groberg. And number 14, Caroline Cecil. Their head coach is Doug Young. Now for your Farmington Lady Cardinals starting lineup. Really loud in here, gotta bear with me. I can barely hear what they're saying. We got number 4, the senior, the guard, Madison Pence. We got another senior, number 14, Alexis Roach. Number 22, McKenna Van Zandt coming in at guard. Number 23, the sophomore, Trinity Johnson. Joelle Tidwell, a junior, number 33. That's going to be your starting lineup for the Lady Cardinals. All right, now it looks like we're going to head into the national anthem. All right, Lady Cardinal fans, we are back, and we are set to begin this game. We're going to have Alexis Roach tipping off for Farmington, and for Harrison, Marion Groberg. Lady Cardinals win the tip. Johnson's going to get it and passes out to Van Zandt.
Great job starting out there. And initially it looked like Harrison was going to get it, but Johnson stuck a hand in there, reached out, got the ball.
Tidwell passes it out to Roach. She gets it to Tidwell, who gets it to Pence. A little back and forth passing right now, looking for something to start. Roach has it, gives it to Pence. Wants to take the three, but there's some good defense. Roach takes it in the paint. Can't get that one.
Great early start by Harrison, giving them tough shots. Roach did a good job getting in there trying to take one, but they're playing stout right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. The last couple of games we've seen some really good offenses. Don't be surprised if you come out and see two good defensive showings today. Looks like Groberg has it. Tries to get it in to Schrum. That'll be Parker taking it right now. Lady Goblins hoping to work a play in. They do get 2. That'll be Briley Parker.
Yeah, and this Harrison lineup, again, they're one of the most well-rounded lineups in the whole conference. Again, you got Parker, you got, I think, Cecil out there, Caroline Cecil. Each of them really good scorers. You know, you also got out there on this squad, you got Michaela Campbell, Sydney Schrum. Lots of really good scoring options, and not all of them are in the game right now.
Yeah, Lady Cardinals didn't get the last one. And Lady Goblins got the rebound. But they did follow it up with some good defense.
Whoa.
And a slightly ahead pass. Just wasn't quite to number 23, Trinity Johnson. A little ahead of her. Couldn't quite catch up to it.
I don't think she knew that she was the target of that pass until right as it was in front of her face. And that's a little too late there. Not great communication there, but we'll see if they can get that fixed up.
Looks like a little bit of early game jitters.
Yeah, I mean, this is a crucial game. This is a big game, you know.
Right.
And again, you're not going to face any more teams like Ozark or PG. You're not going to have any more of those wins. Every game you play from here on out is going to be tough.
Right. What I really like about later in these tournaments, there's no gimme games. Every game you play, you're going to have to fight for.
And it's nice, you know, seeing them have big wins. It's nice to just, you know, start talking about off-topic stuff when there's 8 minutes to go in the game. But we're not going to be doing that anymore.
Yeah. Johnson has the ball. She's looking for an open pass, gets it to Pence. Van Zant's going to get it over to Tidwell. Tidwell drives in, passes it out, but that's going to be tipped by number 3, Parker.
Tidwell didn't really have a whole lot of options there. It would have been good to take the shot. So, again, a nice, I think, call there to kind of half-heartedly bounce it off of him.
That one just over the rim.
Great post defense by the Goblins right now.
Yeah, only 2-0 right now. Goblins scored on one of their baskets.
I have a feeling, though, the offenses will open up. Again, in the Ozark game, I think we had 12 points in the first quarter.
Right.
We ended up ending it with 67.
Lady Goblins get that one.
But the Cardinals do need some offense. They can't let the Goblins get too far out ahead because, again, if they get too far out, they're clamping down this time. At least that's what they got to go in thinking.
McKenna Van Zant's got that one. Farmington's first basket of the game. Mark him down for 3. And now, one thing we were talking about in the Harrison game in the tournament, you saw this. They're a team that lives off of momentum. In the first half, when they were ahead, they were playing their best basketball. But once we started coming back, they kind of got down on themselves.
Great play down there. Getting it to Roach. Excellent pass. And again, just great job getting to the paint, getting the shot.
Yeah, just like that. They drive in for a layup and make it 5-4, their first lead of the game. Shrum's got this one. Passes it out to Cecil. Schrum takes the shot, and it's short. So that one's going to be Lady Cardinals' ball. Tidwell is passing it into Van Zant. And she's going to be the one to take it across the timeline. Pence has it. Van Zant out to Johnson. Pence takes the 3 with this. Blocked. McKenna Van Zant tried to set a screen there. Still got blocked.
Great job there. Again, Pence not getting rattled after the blocked shot. Went down there, found the right person in Tidwell. Up and in.
Strum's going to take it across half court. Let's see what the Goblins elect to do here.
Harrison right now doing a good job of setting some screens, trying to find the open lane.
There's going to be a foul that time. I believe they're going to call that on Tidwell. Yep, that'll be the first foul of the game on Farmington's side.
Again, you don't want to send them to the line too often, but that was their first foul.
Yeah.
Over 4.5 minutes in. I think we're doing fine right now.
That one's good by Cecil. My bad, Groberg. Let's see if she can knock home the second one. She does, and it's back to a 1-point lead for the Lady Cardinals.
No need to panic. Again, you have the lead, and it's still early, so no need to be forcing shots.
And it's going to be a close game. All 4 quarters are going to be tight. That one just barely off the rim, rolls off. Pence couldn't quite get that one to fall in.
But yeah, as you were saying, again, neither of these teams need to go in thinking that they're going to pull away from this, because it's not going to happen. Harrison regains the lead.
Yep, that one on a 3-pointer from Caroline Cecil.
And that's something Harrison, again, all good teams in this conference, outside of maybe Berryville, they live and die on the 3. Farmington included. So if you want to stop them, a big part of that is stopping the 3s.
Agreed. Parker's going to take that one in, but passes out to Cecil, who gets another 3.
Johnson wants a timeout.
Coach Johnson's going to call a timeout to recollect. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You've been watching Farm Cards Live Sports Network. All right, Lady Cardinal fans, we're back. Just to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors, we got PG Telco, Ozark Dermatology, Bauman and Crosno Construction, Arvis Bank, Buzz Electrical, and Tony Satcheries. We want to thank you guys for helping support us. These broadcasts wouldn't be possible without awesome people like you guys are.
Looks like Kersey and Culpeper are about to go into the game in a second. Roach and Tidwell are going out. Shrum's taking it up.
Cecil has it. Cecil, she's made 2 threes already. I have a feeling they need to clamp down on her a little more. You never want to get a hot hand going on the opposing side.
They're going to get Culpeper for a foul here.
I think that one's a blocking foul.
Yep, not in the act of shooting, so they're not going to the line.
12-7 in favor of Harrison. We're going to see, hopefully Lady Cardinals can close the gap a little bit. Only a 5-point game. Now it's 7. Johnson's got this one. Passes out to Culpeper. Pins into Kersey. Kersey goes in. They're going to get a foul.
I think it was a blocking foul, so, again, not going to the line.
That one's going to be on number 14, Caroline Cecil. Her first and Harrison's first foul of the game. Culpeper in for a quick 2 that hits the back and bounces out.
Just rushed the shot a little bit. I think she was afraid that Harrison was going to catch on and get on her, but again, you just got to slow it down.
Yeah, Harrison, they like to get to the ball quick, so you got to take quick shots, but you don't want to rush your form. Van Zandt gets that rebound.
Got to get a pass.
That pass was tipped, and Harrison gets it.
Really back and forth aggressiveness right now by both defenses. And again, Harrison's done a lot of what we've done, and that's stay in the full court press and force some easy turnovers. And Van Zandt did a great job of getting the ball past to avoid a travel, but after that, Harrison, man, they had us outnumbered down there.
Yeah, Harrison was going back down the court to play defense, and they came back pretty quickly. That one's off the front iron. That's number 4, Briley Parker. Lady Gobs made their last 2 free throws and missed that one. They make that one. That makes them 3 for 4 so far at the line. 15-17, Lady Goblins. Van Zandt takes it. She's got it. She passes it out to Kersey. Gives it to Pence. Back to Van Zandt. Wanted that 3. Lady defender came up to contest the shot. That one a little high for Van Zandt. Can't quite reel it in. wanted to take the three, passes it around, looking for an open shot. It will not go in, and Kersey's going to grab that one.
Farmington really dodged a bullet there. Harrison had a chance to kick it to double digits early, and a good stop, but we got to get something going here on offense. 7 points a quarter is not going to get it.
Yeah, and one thing that we really need to do well, I would consider another key for the game, Harrison, they don't like to miss a whole lot, but so when they do miss, it's important that we grab those rebounds, and we can't allow second chance points.
If Harrison gets down there quickly enough, maybe they can get a free shot.
That one not successful. So we're going to go into the second quarter now. The Lady Goblins are up 15-7. We got 3 more left in the game. Let's see what happens. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You've been watching to Farm Cards Live Sports Network. We'll take a break. We're back, Lady Cardinal fans. Start of the second quarter. Lady Goblins up 15-7. Got 8 left to play in the first half. Let's see what happens. The first quarter was kind of back and forth at the beginning. Lady Goblins started to put up some more points, and they started playing a little bit faster, trying to keep the Lady Cardinals on their toes. Yeah, there were a couple with some bad passes on Farmington's end. Harrison really got at it on defense, and they've had a pretty nice offensive night as well. Farmington, just too many mental errors so far. Yeah, you can't play a good tournament team like Harrison and just make mental mistakes and then expect to win. Hence an open three. That one off the rim. Now, no foul on that one. I don't know if that was the best shot to take. She had 2 people on her, and you had Johnson wide open in the corner. Johnson in the corner misses that one. Kind of odd. Normally makes that one. That's her shot that she really likes to take. She's going to need to make a higher percentage of those if the Lady Cardinals want to walk out with a win. Van Zant off her leg, but over to Pence, who can get that rebound. Culpepper drives in. Van Zant takes a 3, and it's good. She was a foot or 2 back from the line. That's a deep shot. Yeah, you can make the case that the vast majority of players on this team, and even on the court right now for both teams, really good from long range. That's something to keep an eye on throughout this game. Cecil has this one. Pass it out to Shrum. That one can't quite go in. Fight for the rebound. Great job. You know, they put up multiple shots. Farmington ended up coming down, one with the block, and then the other when they forced a bad shot. Got the rebound. Yeah, normally shots inside are what you like, but not when you have, several bodies in there with hands in your face. And this is something you like to see if you're going up against Berryville possibly tomorrow. Trying to put that press on him. Doesn't work this time. Shrum was open. Shrum was open. Didn't quite get there in time, and it gets blocked. That's a nice heads-up play. Not fouling her, but still making contact with the ball. Culpepper takes a 3. That one's a little short. Great job with the putback. Kersey, I think, is she going to the line for another? She is. Yes. Nice chance for an and one play. 3-point opportunity right here. Pence got the rebound off of Culpepper's missed 3. Couldn't quite get it in. Looked like there could have been some contact, but it wasn't called. Then Kersey went in and made it, and it was called. They need to fix the scoreboard. Currently, their scoreboard's at 17-10 still. I think it should be 12-15. I don't know. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the scoreboard because, again, I think they gave the 2 to the wrong team. They did. I think they'll get it fixed in a second, but, again, great play by Kersey. Didn't quite convert on the free throw there, but it's a 3-point game. Very manageable right now. Yeah, I didn't quite make that free throw. Almost got the rebound, but Harrison fought for it. Looks like Parker's got it. She passes it out. Number 11, that's going to be Olsen. They get it in the paint for 2. 17-12.
You see, they got him at 19-12.
I assume someone will let them know eventually.
You know,
Tidwell almost had that one. Can't quite save it in time. I think someone over there is talking to the scorekeepers.
Yeah.
It is fixed now.
All right.
We're officially back to the right score. 17-12.
Now I can put my mind at ease.
It's like number 10, Shrum. She's been having a decent game so far. Might want to watch out as this game continues. Looking around, looking for an open pass, trying to find an empty lane. Goes back to Shrum. She takes a 3 and can't connect. Van Zant gets the rebound, and she's going to get the foul.
Took the hard foul. She takes a lot of hard fouls. Again, a few possessions ago, she went down into the lane and took a pretty hard hit. But again, that's what it takes.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be stubborn. You got to go in. Tidwell passes it into Van Zant. She's going to bring it up. Goes in for the 2. Looks like it got blocked.
Van Zant wanted a foul there.
She's going to be the one to pass it in. Pence has it. Tidwell's got an open shot. Doesn't make it. I think what you said earlier might be true. They're just really excited. They just got to settle down and don't rush the shots. They're getting good looks, but they need to just take a breather.
And it's a very manageable deficit.
Right. Nothing that they need to try and, put up points for every possession, but you definitely want to make a higher percentage. Olsen's got this one. Tries to get inside. She's going to get a bump. Looks like that one's going to be on Tori Kersey.
That's our second, so I think Johnson's about to head in for her.
Yep. On the count of fouls, it's going to be 5-3. Lady Cardinals have the 5.
Something to keep an eye on. I wouldn't be shocked if Harrison got into the bonus within a couple minutes, but we'll see.
They're probably going to try to going into the second half. Going to try and get that way they can get a few extra shots.
Yes, don't be surprised if they try to drive in a little more, draw some fouls.
Olsen's got it. Trying to make something happen.
Great job right now, not giving any easy opportunities.
That one's blocked by a combination of Johnson and Roach.
I think Roach got the bulk of it, but great job. That's got to be around our 5th block or so tonight.
Yeah, that's the second one that's come in from behind. Van Zant takes that one, almost has it, but it's off the front iron. Lady Goblins pull the rebound down. Goes in. It's going to be an and one opportunity for the Lady Goblins.
And see, this isn't what you want because now they're at 6 fouls. One more, they're in the bonus. And right now they have a chance to kick it to 8 points. If you're the Cardinals, again, you don't want to be too aggressive to where you're giving them free shots.
That's Briley Parker. She makes that one. Extends Lady Goblins' lead to 8. It's 20-12.
Cardinals need another spark if they want to go into the half with some momentum.
Pence has it, gets it out to Van Zant. Tidwell now, Johnson. Some quick passes around the perimeter. Roach decides to drive in. It's like they're going to call a foul on a Lady Goblin. It's like number 10, Sydney Shrum. That'll be her first of the night. Van Zant's going to pass it in.
Got to get it in. That's 5 seconds.
Yeah, they didn't get it in time. Wasn't a whole lot of open passes, but still, you just got to...
Better to get it in, though, and, you know, there's plenty of Cardinals, plenty of white jerseys around to go down and get the pass, but better to throw it in than not at all.
Yeah, at that point, you just got to throw it up and hope that one of your Lady Cardinal teammates can get it. Now Harrison's got the ball.
They can get it to double digits here if they're not careful.
That pass was almost out of bounds. They're going to call shooting foul on number 4, Madison Pence. Her second of the night. So Sydney Shrum's going in to the charity stripe.
Liza Ball about to go into the game. Might be going in for Pence. We'll see, yeah. That was Pence's second foul of the night. So, again, you want to save your best players for the second half. Don't want to get them into foul trouble too early. Farmington does need some type of offensive spark, though. And we'll see if they can get it in the last 2:26. But for right now, it's not looking too good.
Sydney Shrum connects on her second, not her first. So not quite a double-digit lead yet, but Lady Goblins do have the momentum. Like you said, Cardinals need a big basket here, either a big three or string together a couple twos.
Johnson's going to the line, so she has a chance to get the bus moving.
And something I just thought of, that you don't see a lot of Johnson going to the line because she's more of a perimeter shot.
She is.
So this isn't super common that she's at the line.
Yeah, the people that normally go in there, Van Zant.
Yeah, you see a lot of Van Zant, Roach,
Kersey,
some of Tidwell, and Kersey.
But you don't see a lot of Johnson at the line. That's because, again, she normally stays beyond the arc, ready for that corner shot or any open shot she can take.
She gets that one, makes it 21-13. About 2:14 left in the half. It'd be a great time for a Lady Cardinals stop.
If they get a turnover here, that'd be big.
Number 4, Briley Parker connects from the mid-range jumper, and it's now a double-digit lead for the Lady Gobs. That one almost out of bounds, but Ball goes and gets it. Need a big basket right here. You never want to go into the half on a low note. Need to get something going. Van Zant with a 3. That one's in.
7-point deficit. I think that's Van Zant. Is that her second or third 3 tonight?
I know it's at least her second.
I think it might be her third because she had one long one earlier and then another corner 3, I think. But she's done a great job, getting us back into things. We just have to get some defensive stops. Did they say she stepped out, or?
I think she did. I didn't see. They didn't call it travel, so that must mean she stepped out of bounds at this close line right over here, the baseline. So Van Zant's going to get it, pass it out to Ball. If they can get another basket here to maybe a turnover on the Lady Gob side, that might be what they need going into the half.
If they can get a shot here and then get the ball back later on, they could really cut this lead down heading into the half. That's something they did a really good job of their last time they played Harrison. They had a few good possessions in the last couple minutes, and they really pushed them, gained some momentum.
Culpepper is going to go to the line. She got fouled on that one. Didn't make the basket, but she's going to have 2 opportunities here.
We need these free throws.
Yeah, it's important that she makes both. Going to the line's great, and making them is good, but you got to make 2. You can't go up and make 1 every time.
Yeah, make both, and you have a good shot at putting this to a 1-possession game going into half, which will be very crucial. Again, both in the Harrison and Berryville game, they really got on a run in the last 2 minutes, and it gave them some momentum heading into the half.
Down 6. It could be 5. 54.6 left on the clock.
Farmington will probably get the ball back one more time. It takes some serious work at holding on to it by Harrison to keep it the last 54 seconds.
They're really putting the press on them right now. Lady Gobs are going to call a timeout.
Good move. They were having a hard time getting the ball down the court, and again, that was their first, so...
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back when they get back. You've been watching Farm Cards Live Sports Network. hit that buzzer. It means the timeout's back, and we're back. Got 45.3 left on the clock. Now a little less. Lady Goblins have the ball. Let's see what they're going to do.
You just need to make one more defensive stop and then go down there and get your shot. You can make it a 2 or a 3-point game.
Yeah, either way, if they were to do that, it'd be a one-possession game, and that'd help a lot going into the second half. Number 3, Parker's got it.
They're going to try to keep it for the last shot.
That's not a bad decision by them.
That's probably why he took the timeout.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to give up the ball with 40 seconds left.
Not bad for Lady Cardinals if you can get a stop.
Yep, they're going to only have one shot left.
Trum's got it. That one.
Good defensive stop, but again, I mean, you wish you would have had that last shot, but
yeah,
I think they'll take a stop here. It's a 5-point game. Pretty manageable deficit.
Yeah, that one tried to pass it in, but good pressure in there on the paint. He gets off of Culpepper's leg. And with that, that's your first half, folks. Quarter 1 and 2 is in the books. All that's left is 3 and 4. We're going to take a break, and we'll probably come back with about 3 or 4 left until the second half. Talk a little bit of, halftime stats, some outlooks. We're going to take a break. You've been watching Farm Cards Live Sports Network. Thank you for watching. Make sure to spread the word. We'll be back. Welcome back, Lady Cardinal fans and other fans that might be watching. We're back live, halftime of the Lady Cardinal, Lady Goblin game. My man Ori Phillips here has some halftime stats to talk about and some different keys that he's noticed, and I'll let him take it away.
So just to recap, my 3 keys were get ahead early, stay out of foul trouble, and stay in the moment. Again, you can't really judge the mental keys to the game, but you can look at the other 2, and that's get ahead early, which Farmington, I don't think they really did that. They did it briefly, but Harrison, again, put their foot on the gas, they got out. So I think, again, if you want to get back into this, it's a manageable deficit. It's 5 points, but I'd like to see Alexis Roach a little more involved. I'd like to see us hit a little bit more of our shots again. Johnson's been a little quiet. The only one who's offensively had a really good night so far is probably Van Zandt. Yeah. Outside of that, you want to see Roach, Pence, Tidwell, all of them, you want to see them a little more involved.
Yeah, we discussed this during the break, like almost immediately after we went off. Roach is normally a name that, and in the Harrison tournament and against Ozark, that really went off both offensively and defensively, grabs a ton of rebounds, always gets in there to the lane and makes sure she gets her shots at the line. The first half of this game, she didn't do as much of that, so I would like to see more of that. I'd like to see her play a little more aggressively because I know that Farmington really excels when she does that.
I think some of it was because she was out for a big chunk of the first and second quarter. I think she'll be a lot more here. Again, they turned a lot more to Kersey, who did a pretty good job as well. But again, I'll look for Roach to be here a little more, be in there a little more, kind of form my words. But again, stay out of foul trouble. I think they did a good job for that for the most part. Again, I think Harrison had 7.
Yeah.
We had 7 fouls. So again, overall a pretty good job. As the game goes on, as you get more fatigued, you get less aggressive and more sloppy. And that goes for any team. So I'm looking to see free throws become a big factor here as well. And now, before we go back, we want to talk about this real quick. After this game, now I don't know when tonight it's going to be. It's going to be later, though, long after we're gone. But Berryville and Clarksville are going to play tonight to determine who will play in the regional championship. The winner of that game will obviously be number 1 seed heading into Magnolia. They'll have a big advantage.
Yeah, we talked about the weight of that game because if we win this game or if the Lady Goblins win, they're going to have to go up against a tough team either way in Clarksville or Berryville. My prediction is Berryville just because I've seen more of them.
Yes.
Clarksville, I haven't watched as much of their game. I haven't seen as many of their stats.
I've done a bit of research, so.
Yeah, I know they're a good team. As far as how they match up against Berryville, though, I think Berryville has the edge. But that one will be interesting. I'm going to try and watch that one. Hopefully they have a broadcast. Hopefully we can maybe do some scouting on that one.
But Berryville, they still rely heavily on Hannah Morrell. She had 14 the other night against Morrilton. And for Clarksville, they rely on Emmeline Reeder. She had 18 the other night against Peerage. Really, I think Berryville wins because they're a bigger team. They're probably more aggressive. And Clarksville, again, they do have some defensive flaws. Offensively, they've been fairly inconsistent. The thing that sticks out the most to me is they had 2 games against Dardanelle, who won 9 games this season. In those 2 games, they only put up 40 and 38. And again, Ozark was that way too. Again, Ozark actually beat Clarksville once, but I think Clarksville's a little too inconsistent against a team like Berryville. I think if we win this one, or if Harrison closes it out, I think it's going to be Berryville. Again, I think Berryville, Harrison, and Farmington are 3 of the best teams in the bracket, and we'll just see what happens.
I agree completely. But first, we got to see who wins this one. There's still 2 quarters to be played, 1 whole half.
Yeah. Still a lot of basketball left to be played, and Coach Johnson, he had him in there, He's definitely looking to correct some flaws in the first half.
Right. Do you remember what happened at the Harrison game, in the Harrison tournament when we played them?
They've come through a lot worse and come out squeaky clean, so we'll see what they can do here.
Yeah. Tidwell had a good save on that one to keep... Johnson, just a little miscommunication. Normally there is someone there in the corner.
One thing that still is kind of eludes us as a flaw is we aren't the best passing team on the planet. And, again, we need to hit our marks on those. We need to be as careful as possible, especially in a game like this.
Yeah, you can't make a lot of bad passes in this game because Lady Goblins are going to take advantage of that. Takes the shot over Tidwell, and that's good. Van Zandt's going to take it up. Gets it to Culpepper. Passing it around now. Roach has it. Drives in. Almost had the and one, but it bounces off the rim.
We were talking about this earlier. That's something she does a lot, and as a result, she gets to the line often. We'll see what she can do here, see if she can capitalize.
Right. I mean, we mentioned that we wanted her to drive in more and be more aggressive. She's already doing that right now. Just got to convert from the line. She makes the first one. And connects on the second. I'll make it 25-20. Harrison's still up. Let's see what happens.
And one statistic Farmington will want to win in the second half is, again, fouls. That's going to be huge here. And did the ball make it past half court?
I believe it was tipped when it went over.
Okay.
They're going to call a foul. I think that one's on Culpepper. That's her second.
Cecil's going to try to make this a three-point play.
Yeah, she got it in, and I didn't see it, but I guess they said that there was some contact in there. She makes that one, and one play was complete. It's now 28-20.
And Cecil promptly will go out of the game. I think that's Michaela Campbell they just put in. Another really big scoring threat. Harrison does a good job of keeping some scorers on the bench and getting a nice rotation in. We just have to tighten up on our defense.
Pence has it. Gets it inside. Good inside pass to Culpepper. She got her arm swatted on that one, so she'll go to the line for two.
Already, that's 2 fouls on Harrison.
And I'll say I don't think the Lady Cardinals will come out with a W unless they just have a really good percentage at the line, which so far, so good. They've been, connecting on these. Culpepper makes her first one.
I like the physicality Farmington's had right now. They just, again, back on defense, going back out there. They've already had one foul. You want to be toe that line between aggressive and, not committing fouls. And that's a great job getting back out there. They drew to another foul.
Yeah.
That's 3 now on Harrison. We're not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah. Looks like Lady Cardinals was kind of trying to flip the script, play more aggressively than Harrison in this half, and, get as many shots at the line as they can. That one in and out. An unfortunate turn of events. Looked like it was going in, and the basket spit it right out. That one's off the front iron. Neither were successful, so the score is going to stick to 28-22. Schrum has the ball. Not moving too much, trying to read the court, see what's going on. Defense by Pence. They're going to call a blocking foul on that one when she went out. Will be on Pence, her third.
A bit hard of a bump there, but looks like Johnson's going in for Pence. I think that was Pence's third foul, so again, you don't want to get him into foul trouble heading into the fourth.
Yeah, Pence is a starter you want in the fourth, so definitely try not to pick up that fourth one anytime soon. Schrum takes a 3. It's not going to be good, but they get the rebound. They thought they did. It was tipped off Lady Goblin arm, and as a result, Lady Cardinals will take the rebound. Van Zandt takes it, not quite in. Roach knocks that one out. Good heads-up play. She knew she couldn't get the rebound, so she got it to a teammate. That pass intercepted by number 12, Groberg. Looks like Kersey is about to come in sometime. Looks like they're going to call that one on Culpepper. Almost looks like she had ball from here, but a little bit of a bump.
I think they got her on the arm.
Yeah,
so
her other arm wrapped around, trying to secure the ball.
Again, I said it at half. A lot of teams that are very aggressive in the first, it kind of transcends into kind of sloppiness. That's what happened to Berryville when they played us last week. You just hope it doesn't happen here. Again, both teams sitting with 3 fouls, and again, we're not even 3 minutes in.
Right.
5:17 in the third.
Drum makes both of hers. I'll make it 30-22. Lady Gob's up by 8. Tidwell passes it to Johnson. Kersey's got it now on a pass from Van Zant. That one tipped by Schrum. Looks like Roach is going to pass it in.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to draw up some type of play to get a quick shot.
Yeah, you need a little more momentum right now if you're a Lady Cardinal. Roach has it.
Tidwell looked like she was going off the screen, would be open, but they look other ways.
Tough inside shot. It's unsuccessful by Kersey. I think she was going in and was going to hope for a foul. Didn't get it.
You want to make a stop here because, again, 10's just a number, but once you get to double-digit leads, it becomes really hard, that mental barrier to try to come back from.
And now the lead is increased to 11.
Coach Johnson's taking a timeout.
He does so. We'll take one with him. 4:25 left in the third quarter. You've been watching Farm Cards live on the Sports Network. We'll be right back. We're back, Lady Cardinal fans. Wanted to come back early to give another special thank you to some of our sponsors: PG Telco, Ozark Dermatology, Bauman & Crosno, Arvest Bank, Buzz Electrical, and Tony Satcheries. You guys make it happen here. Again, your support is very much appreciated. Can't thank you guys enough.
Now, coming out of this timeout again, I said it already, but once a team gets a double-digit lead in a basketball game, there's that mental barrier that you have to kind of come back from. And I think Johnson just wanted to rein him in a little bit, tell him, calm down.
Right.
We need some stops on defense, though.
Uh-huh. That one, across court, ill-advised pass. There's some hands up there. Maybe not the best decision.
Ball's going to take Johnson out of the game. Again, you just have to make better passes, got to make smarter decisions. Cross-court passes, especially with several blue jerseys in the way, aren't the best idea.
Yeah, that one, Lady Goblins tried to pass it in. It got tipped, but not in. It's going to send it back in possession of the Lady Cardinals. Van Zant's going to pass it in. She gets it into Roche, who gets the and one. Now it's back to single digits. Only a 9-point lead for Lady Goblins.
Again, that's something that Roach does a great job of, and she has a chance to take it to an 8-point game.
This is her third time that she's been to the line this half. That one's good. Good job not panicking right there after that big three. Come out of the timeout. Keep your heads up. That one not successful. I think they're going to get a foul on likely Tidwell. Yep, that one is on Tidwell. First second of the night. That's going to send number 12, Marion Groberg, to the line.
Each team's got 4, so there's a good chance that both teams could reach the bonus before we even get out of the third.
The first one by Groberg is in. The second one is not. Rebound by Roach. That's another thing they need to keep doing. They need to stay aggressive on the boards.
Yeah, Harrison, again, on free throws, they haven't been quite as pinpoint on them as they were against Pottsville, but that's no endorsement of sending them to the line by any means.
That one hoping for a foul on some tight defense, but not going to get it. She got a rebound, but went up for another one, and that one was also unsuccessful. Lady Goblins have it now, up 34-25. Left 3:23 left in the third quarter.
Harrison setting some screens.
That one no good. Harrison somehow scrambles out to the other side and gets the rebound.
Good save by Kinsey Parker.
That one's going to be on Alexis Roach. I think that one might have been either a reach-in or a block.
I think a reach, but that's our second of the night. Now Farmington sits with 5.
That one looked like the ball was almost out of bounds, but they recovered it.
Great job by Parker. I mean, she didn't get the pass, but she did a good job saving it.
Right.
So I'll give her that.
Looked like Olsen ran into Tidwell, but Tidwell I don't think was set, so unfortunately that's going to be a blocking.
That's her third. Now Farmington dangerously close to sending him to the bonus.
And that one's in. Harrison's back up by 11, 36-25.
They're going to put in Johnston to get some scoring going. And that's something they'll need. If they want to get back into this, they need to get some threes. And they haven't, I don't think they've had any this half so far. Some crucial free throws right here, because if they don't get these and they go down and give up another score, they've just put another obstacle in their place.
Right. The last person you want to be in your way is yourself. And that's essentially what you do when you miss free throws.
I like the sub here, putting Johnson in. We need some outside scoring, and I think that's what they're going to try to move towards on their next offensive possession.
Yeah, the hard part is it seems like every time the Lady Cardinals get a basket or two and put up some points, Lady Goblins respond. Campbell's got it now. Trying to run a play. 2:25 left in the third quarter. Still time to go. Run some plays. A three by Campbell. She makes it. Harrison's now up 12. That's going to be their largest of the night. Van Zant's going to go to the line now.
Yeah, Farmington, what they just need to do here is, again, get the stop. And I know they just gave up a three, but you also want to, lock down on that inside shot, because that's what they've been giving up the bulk of their points through.
Free throws have been keeping the Lady Cardinals alive right now. That one's successful. Really need this one in.
Both teams sit at 6 fouls, so this will soon become a game of free throws.
Right.
And if you're Farmington, also, you want to incorporate some three-pointers in that as well. They got it for going out of bounds. Farmington gets possession again.
That's what they need. And they really, even more so, need to follow it up with the basket here, whether it be a 2 or a 3. Tidwell goes in. That one's just short. The skirmish for the rebound. Somehow Harrison gets out of there with the ball. A little bit of a scrap right there. That one is a 3 by Parker.
You got to answer back. Whether it be a 2 or a 3, you have to get something.
Harrison seems to be shooting very well from the 3-point line. Tidwell's rebound is not successful. Like you said, Lady Cardinals need to answer with something.
It's a 15-point game now.
Yeah, not what you want with a minute 14 left in the third.
It's going to take some real lockdown defense again to get themselves out of this hole. They're going to put Culpepper in a second. And Pence.
Yeah, you need to make some shots, but more what I would honestly start with is, like you said, get some lockdown defense. You got to clamp up. They're shooting pretty well from the 3-point line, and you're kind of letting some shots take place inside in the paint, which is never what you want to do, especially when you're down.
They got more speed on the court now, but again, you just have to see how desperate they are right now. Putting Pence back in the game, She's got 3 fouls right now, but right now it's looking like a pretty decent move. She just got a 3 right there.
Right.
Farmington wants a walk right there.
Yeah, she picked up the ball and stopped.
But they will get her for stepping on the line, so Farmington will get another chance at it.
47.1 left in the third. A basket right here would be huge for the Lady Cardinals.
You know, if Harrison gets the ball back, they're holding it. So if I'm Farmington, I might try to do the same. But they're going to go to the line and get some shots. Maybe they can cut this to a 10-point game.
If you can cut this to a 10-point game right now, you feel a little bit better going into the fourth quarter. Never want to put anything past the Lady Cardinals. First one is no good. This is Johnson's second time at the line. She makes that one.
Harrison's probably going to hold for the last shot. Farmington won't make it easy on him, though. They're giving him the full court press, and Van Zant with a hard hit on Parker. No foul, though.
That one's in. They had the open shot, so they elected to take it. Now a 14-point lead.
Can't knock that, though. They're doing a great job right now. And again, they've got lots of scores. Don't be surprised if they keep hitting with threes.
They're going to get pins for a foul. That's not what you want to see. It's a double whammy in sorts. Harrison goes to the line for 2 more.
That's their 4th foul.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the other thing. Pence is now at 4.
If you're not careful, you'll have one of your best defensive players and one of your fastest players on the team fouling out in the early stages of the fourth. So if you're Coach Johnson, you got a really tough decision.
Looks like Pence is going to stay in. Probably finish out the rest of the 4.7 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll get a shot here, but you immediately got to look to the fourth, and you have to get something going. Even if you're going to win the game, you have to get some type of momentum heading into tomorrow.
That one from Van Zant, no good. So, unfortunately, it's going to be 49-33 with only 8 minutes of ball game left. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back when the fourth quarter is about to begin. You've been watching and listening to Farm Cards Live Sports Network. Welcome back, Cardinal fans. Got a quarter left of basketball to watch. We got Lady Cardinals up 49. Lady Goblins up 49. Lady Cardinals sitting at 33 at the moment. Got 8 minutes left to play. Coach Johnson talked to the girls. Going to try to play some inspiring ball.
If they can't make any more defensive stops in the first couple minutes of this quarter, Harrison's going to lock this thing up.
Yeah.
So these are some important possessions here.
Yeah, one thing I think we've mentioned it time and time again is the passing the Lady Cardinals have been doing. Just kind of taking some really risky passes, passes inside and cross court. I think they really need to try and settle down on those if they want to come back.
Yeah, and they didn't have a really good passing game on Thursday against Ozark, but they had a good enough shooting night, and Ozark didn't have the size or speed to match them. Tonight, they're facing a team that's equally matched. And
right.
Hopefully this is a wake-up call. Again, they just went down there and got a shot, but
yeah,
right now, 8 fouls.
Roach added 2 to her stats right now.
Yeah, we're just started the fourth, and both teams are in the bonus.
That was on Trinity Johnson. Yeah, you were saying we're sitting at 8 fouls right now. Harrison's at 7. Both teams are in the bonus. Since it is just a 1-and-1, they missed on that one. Lady Cardinals grab the rebound. That one's going to be a foul. That'll even up the fouls at 8 apiece. Van Zandt is set to take 2.
Again, you need these free throws. These first few possessions of this quarter are crucial, and this is definitely part of it.
Van Zandt unsuccessful on her first one. She's successful on the second one.
Now you go back on defense. You want to stay aggressive, but you don't want to send them to the line and get them in the double bonus so early that it really becomes a game of free throws. And again, 12 of 14 in the fourth yesterday or the other day against Pottsville. This is not a team you want to send to the line.
Right.
What'd they just get him for here?
I don't know what it was.
They got Van Zandt for a foul before the inbound pass.
Probably a reach in. Strum goes to the line for 2.
Well, now they're at 9. So,
yeah, pretty soon they're going to be in the double bonus. That one's good from Strum. Harrison gets to 50. Looked like just a moment ago, Campbell came in for Parker. (51-36). Lady Gobs up. Van Zandt dribbling it around. Culpepper's got it. Fires it inside. That one no good from Van Zandt. But she did get hacked. So she's going to go to the line once more.
She's gotten to the line quite a bit. I wouldn't be shocked if she's been the main factor here, like 40-50% of our free throws. I mean,
yeah,
it seems like almost every offensive possession she's driving in, gets fouled. And
yeah, her and Roach have combined for a lot of free throws.
Each team sits at 9.
Both of them are successful from Van Zandt. Good tip by Culpepper, but not able to get it back. Looks like Groberg just passed it in front of Pence right there. Almost has the 3. Culpepper doing a good job. I don't know about that one. She went up for the shot, got her own rebound, but was unsuccessful on her second attempt.
A couple of Farmington parents down there, they thought Culpepper got fouled. I didn't see anything from here, but again, real physical basketball getting played right now.
And Harrison gets a layup on that one. That looks like it was Schrum. So they'll make it 53-38 with 6:35 left in the fourth.
They're just taking a 30-second timeout.
Just a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Or even, it's fourth quarter, 6:35 left. What do the Lady Cardinals have to do if they want to, have a chance to come back right here?
Well, again, not to dog on Van Zandt, but again, you want to start getting some threes.
Right.
And I'm not a big proponent of taking low percentage shots, and that's usually what a three-pointer is, but you want your shooters in the game. You want your fast players. I say keep Roach in the game because, again, she's a really good presence in the paint, but outside of that, you want your fast people. You want your fast shooters,
Right.
You want to get something going fast, and it's really hard. Again, you're getting tired late in this game, but you don't want to foul Harrison because if you send them to the line, they can put this thing out of reach.
Right. Yeah. Lady Cardinals, they need to get some points, but they need to play some good defense because I think if they start playing some good defense, that's going to transition into some better offense.
That is number 10. So double bonus here. Tidwell's going to get 2 shots. And again, this is a game of free throws, but you got to wonder when they're going to start shooting some threes, getting it to Johnson, Van Zandt, Pence.
Tidwell makes her first. Yeah, they can make as many free throws as they want. That's definitely helped keep them in the game, but they have to make some baskets, whether it be some 3-pointers or some 2s. Tidwell's second was unsuccessful. It came out. They called Johnson on the foul right there.
They got her on the reach. I mean,
that's her second of the night.
That wasn't a good foul. I'm just going to say that.
I think that's just one of those you say. It's just a frustration foul. You want to. You're trying so hard. You want to get the ball back. but sometimes it's not a good idea to reach in there like that when the ref is standing right there.
I mean, we played so well against them last week, and you can tell this Farmington Cardinal team right now, they're really frustrated.
Yeah.
But you gotta rein all that in. If you can make a last push, do it. But again, if we don't take this, and it looks like barring a big comeback, we won't. You got to be ready noon tomorrow. Whoever comes at you, Clarksville or Berryville.
Yeah. One thing I think that Harrison's done better than us in the second half is rebounding, especially on a lot of those free throws. We don't connect, or they don't connect, and it would be huge if we could pull those rebounds down, but Harrison just seems to come down with the majority of them.
And that's something you'll definitely want to get better at, especially with teams like Berryville that really live and die off the rebound and being really, really relevant, aggressive in the paint.
And that's something you never want to see. You hate seeing, you send a team to the line, and then they get the offensive rebound on a miss. It's almost dejecting. Schrum drives in. Hers is not going to quite go in. Roach grabs the rebound and passes it up to Van Zant.
You can tell they're looking for the quick shot.
Pence doesn't get that one. Schrum passes it up to Parker. They need a huge defensive turnover right here. Maybe some fast break points.
That is one thing I've seen less of. They haven't forced as many turnovers.
Right.
That's a big part of the game, and that's something that they did really well against in their last 4 games or so.
Yeah, and turnovers translate into points, and if you're not getting a lot of turnovers, you're obviously not going to have as many points.
Not as many fast breaks tonight either, especially in the second half for the Cardinals.
Yeah. Looks like that one's going to be on Van Zant. It'll be her second of the night. Parker is going to go to the line. First one's off the front iron. 5:14 left in the game. Cards got to start playing some fast ball here. The second one from Parker is good. 55-39. I believe that's their largest of the game at 16. They're tied for the largest. Johnson has it now. Pass it out to Roach. Roach goes inside and gets 2. Makes it 41-55. Cards trying to play some defense here. It looks like Harrison just wants to take a little bit of time off. They're not going to be playing as fast.
It's a smart move because, again, Farmington's still 5 made 3-pointers away from taking the lead. So, again, don't give them 5 possessions.
That one will go back. Lady Cards had it for a second. Looks like there's going to be a foul called. I didn't see who the foul was on, but Roach is going to go to the line. Should be 41. I don't know why that's at 40. Roach's second one does not go in. Her second one does. 4:26 left in the game. They really need something to get going here. That one's in. Looks like it's going to be an and one.
Parker's got a chance to go to the and one. And really, if they hit their free throws here, they've put the nail in the coffin. That's what it looks like, at least. But again,
yeah, with 4:13, it's going to be tough.
Farmington, this has just been a fairly sloppy game. They didn't play. I wouldn't say they played great against Ozark the other day, but they played well enough, and Ozark, I don't think, had the talent level to match us But again, once you get down to these regionals, go far enough in that, get into the state, you're going to be playing teams like this. And
right.
Again, they need to win tomorrow in order to get themselves a nice matchup. And whether it's Clarksville or Berryville, Clarksville, they got some scores, but especially Berryville, they got to up the physicality. They got to stay out of foul trouble, and they can't let this hound them too much.
Yeah, it looks like Tidwell and Ball are going to come in for Kersey and. Oh, look. All right, never mind. They came in for.
They took out Kersey and Johnson.
Okay. Got a little mixed up there. Van Zandt makes her first.
I thought it was just going to be 43.
Doesn't get her second, and
I don't know how long.
rebound by Groberg. Farmington's still playing really aggressive. They're not rolling over.
Yeah, that's really what you want in a tournament game, because other teams are going to watch those games. You never want to just, take a seat early before it ends. And, because other teams will see that, and they feed off of that. You want to keep playing a full 4 quarters, every single second till the clock runs out, whether you're winning or losing, because that sets the tone for your next games.
Yeah, if you're Farmington now, again, highly unlikely you come back in this one, but you do want some type of offensive spark.
Yeah.
No matter who's on the floor, whether it's your starters or your JV guys or whoever, you want some type of spark, something you can look at and just feel confident about going into your next game. Because again, Clarksville, they're a good team. Berryville, you can make a case of them being top 2, top 3 team in the state.
Right.
So you need some type of momentum, and that's what I'm looking to see if they can accomplish heading into the last seconds of this game.
3:43 left in the game.
They're doing lots of shuffling here with the rotation, because on this last possession they just put in 3, and that looks like they're going to put in 3 more.
Van Zandt goes to the line. She makes her first one. I feel like Van Zandt's definitely earned her stripes at the free throw line. You've seen a lot of that, her and Roach at the line. I think the story of the game was the passing. The defense wasn't quite as tight as it normally is. Didn't get as many turnovers. And the 3 ball, which normally they really live off of, that wasn't there for them tonight.
No, and again, some nights it's not your night, but again, heading into this next game, you need to find something to look at.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to the line quite a bit, so again, they've done a great job getting there, but they haven't done as great staying out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
That's something they'll look to improve on, especially if they end up drawing Berryville, is they're very aggressive, they're very physical, and that's one thing I don't think we did a great job against them at, and that's staying out of foul trouble, but we'll see what they can improve on, and that's really all you can do. Again, you'll play at noon tomorrow, most likely, and you got to get a good night's sleep tonight and immediately be ready for the next day. You got to stay in the moment. You can't remember this game.
And that's a tough thing that, by the way, Roach knocks home both of those. Timeout, Coach Johnson. We'll keep it right here. It's just a 30-second timeout. What I was going to say was, in these tournaments like this, you're driving down 2.5 hours to Morrilton, 2 to 3 weeks of the night. You come up here Friday night, do a 4 o'clock game. Let's say it finishes at about 5:20ish. You drive down. You get back home at like 7 or 8. You got to wake up the next morning, and you got to leave to come right back.
Yeah.
Sleep is important. Your eating is important. You definitely want to keep the right mindset and the right mood. There's a lot of that, the mental side, that doesn't get talked about or it doesn't get shown. Unless you're a player, you don't really experience that. And you gotta stay on it both physically and mentally.
And I know the third place game, a lot of people overlook it. They look at it as essentially the loser's bracket. But this is an important game, and hopefully the Cardinals don't go in thinking it's a loser's bracket and have that mentality. Because again, if they lose, they're going to draw a tough matchup. If they win, they'll still draw a semi-tough one. But, again, going into Magnolia, it's going to be tough. And you just have to turn over a new chapter. And correct me if I'm wrong, but unless they pull off a monumental comeback, Farmington, in losing this game, they will play on the 27th in Magnolia. That is confirmed, I think.
Yes.
So they'll play Wednesday the 27th.
I believe so.
Yes.
I would say they'll play tomorrow at noon. And then whether they're the 3 or the 4 seed, I do believe we checked that out. Don't hold us to it.
I'm pretty certain, though, in looking at their game in Magnolia, again, they do play tomorrow at noon. We don't need to forget that, and we can't get too ahead of ourselves here. But the 3rd and 4th seeds on the North bracket, they will be playing on the 27th, and then I think the first has a bye, and then the second will play the 28th.
Right. That's why whoever gets the 1 seed is that's going to be a big game because they're going to get a first round bye and immediately be qualified for the quarterfinals. Lady Cards, if the score keeps where it's at and they lose this one and then they win the second one or lose it, 3 or the 4 seed, they would play either obviously through the 4. You're going to play a 1 seed from either the East or the South, and then if you're a 4 seed, you play the 1. 3 seed, it's a little confusing the way they have it set up because they have the North, East, and South. So the 2 seed from the East also gets a bye. I don't know how they decided that. So I think I looked at it where if we're the 3 seed, we would then play a 2 seed from, I believe, the South. So it's a little confusing the way they have it drawn up. So we'll find out more after this one and after Saturday.
Yeah, again, though, first priority is tomorrow. And if Berryville or Clarksville, you got to be ready for either one. I know they probably studied up on either one. Clarksville doesn't have the size, but they do have the shooters. Berryville has both size and shooters, so you just have to be ready no matter what, no matter who you play. And, again, this is probably the 5th time I've said this, but you have to forget about this game.
Right.
This wasn't their best game. They didn't play well, but, tomorrow it's a new day.
Right. And if you want to look at it, the senior night game we played against Harrison, this was pretty similar to that game where we had high hopes going in, thought it was going to be a close one, and it was kind of, for the most part, until the end, one team pulled away. But then you look at what they did in the tournament, so who knows, if we end up meeting this Harrison team, in the Magnolia tournament, we're going to keep our heads up because, there's a good chance we might see them again. We also might meet Berryville. So you never know.
The team that wins tomorrow between Harrison and Berryville or Clarksville, I shouldn't get ahead of myself there, but there's a really good shot we see them again in the quarterfinals or semis, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I haven't looked at the bracket too much, but again, you have to be prepared. There's a good chance we see meeting number 4 between these teams.
Right.
And again, the most important one will be meeting number 4. So
that one's on number 12, Tori Kersey. Cecil's going to go to the line. I believe that's Kersey's 3rd. That one is successful for Cecil. She's going to have one more. The second one is good as well. It's going to push it to 66-52.
If you're Farmington, you want some quick shots.
That one off the glass, but not in.
And that's just been kind of the story of the night. Again, they've done a really good job staying aggressive on offense, getting their own rebounds at times, but it just hasn't been a great shooting night. And I think that's something that they can look to improve on. But again, to win games, especially in tough situations like this, you got to come down with some of these shots.
Right. Pass inside.
I think they're just going to run out the clock here.
Yeah, they had an open look, but they didn't take it. They're probably just going to sit on the rest of the 1:12 left in the game.
So Yeah, tonight, though, important game, Berryville and Clarksville. Again, that's going to determine it.
Right.
I don't want to ask you to make some type of pick that I don't know if you really thought much into, but do you have a kind of early pick for that one?
Well, I think I mentioned it earlier in the game. If you're just looking at pure matchups based on, like how the way Berryville has played against teams similar to Clarksville and how Clarksville's played, teams similar to Berryville. And just really, I think we've gotten, as a broadcast and as a team, we've gotten a better look at Berryville than we have at Clarksville. So my first impulse would be to lean towards Berryville. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to put it past Clarksville. I will say, warning to some little advice to Clarksville, you got to play tough because Berryville has those bigs that they like to hammer you with.
Yeah. Early on, like if you're talking about who I'd rather face, I think matchup-wise, I'd rather face Clarksville. But
right.
And I think Berryville, I think they come out winning. But again, I thought Pea Ridge was going to beat Clarksville, and they didn't. Clarksville came out, they had a really good game. Emmeline Reeder, she had 18. We'll see what they can do. Clarksville's got some good scores. It'll be an interesting game, but, we'll find out tonight. I don't know if they'll be streaming it or not, but you can obviously check the score. It'll be on Max Preps, and we'll be back here noon tomorrow to draw whoever loses that game. Third place game, crucial game coming up. So
yeah, I know Berryville has a radio broadcast they do. I don't know about Clarksville, but at the very minimum, you'll be able to check the score once it's done.
Yeah, it's gonna be me and Dallas back. Brody will be back next week in Magnolia, but I don't think he'll be back tomorrow.
Nope.
Again, we're down a guy, but he'll be back Magnolia, ready to go.
Right. That one is good. Pushes it to 68-52 in favor of Harrison. Pence takes a three.
It's a great last shot there,
Right.
The night on a high note.
I know. I like that. I like playing. Like I said, playing the whole game, even if it means taking threes at the end. If you're making them, hey, that's good stuff.
And here's the deal: Harrison didn't just blow Farmington out of the water. They did have like a firm grasp on us the whole game, but they didn't blow us out of the water. I don't see any reason to walk out of here, with your chin tucked. Right. Farmington, again, remember, they're still a team to reckon with. I still say you come out here, your head held high. Come back tomorrow at noon, ready for whatever comes next.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it for the game. Final score, 68 Harrison, Farmington 55. Like we talked about, we'll be back tomorrow at noon to play the loser of the Clarksville-Berryville game. That's going to decide third place to see who's the third and fourth seed in the Magnolia State Tournament. We want to thank everyone for watching. Again, thank our sponsors, thank all our viewers, thank our team for being here, and everyone helping with SpongeGuard. We'll see you back tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in. Spread the word. It's going to be a good game. Until then, this has been Farm Cards Live Sports Network broadcasting.